Shoemaker's neglectful actions and manipulative call breached Section 125.25 by showing depraved indifference through ignored cries and drug distractions, elevating the child's death to intentional harm. Victim impact statements were blunt. The grandfather said, "I will never forgive Dylan for what he has done." Family members described seeing the toddler at the hospital with bruises all over his face, neck, and arms. The ruling imposed 25 years to life. Section 125.27's aggravating clause for child victims justifies life-eligible terms, narrowing mercy despite youth. Legally, that confirms a pattern you've now seen twice. When the harm is severe and the record shows planning or manipulation, mitigation narrows and less credible, durable rehabilitation evidence exists. Age opens the door. Sequence decides how far it swings. Depraved indifference means recklessly creating a grave risk of death, a standard that captures not just direct acts but profound neglect in trusted roles. Keep that framework in mind as we step back to the broader question of how courts balance youth against the record of intent. Your words, your steps, your aftermath. That brings us to the core takeaway. In each case, the defendant's own words and their demonstrated planning behavior became the strongest evidence against mitigation, regardless of age-based defenses. Courts audit sequence. If the acts show planning or manipulation, mercy narrows. Juvenile brain science arguments, like those raised for Schumacher, consistently failed when the record showed calculated steps and performance. That's how due process operates, like a checklist you can't skip. So here's the question for you. When documented planning collides with mental health mitigation, which should carry more weight at sentencing? If you want more deep dives into justice and procedure, hit subscribe. The next case follows the checklist and still divides a community. Subscribe and follow Red Tape Red Flag on all platforms. And don't forget to like, share, and comment.